is enabled. DRS enabled.
Slow button on. Slow button on. Just updating the YouTube side. There we go. And let's let me just tweet the stream out. Everybody know we're racing in China.
EA Sports. It's in the can.
Go away with your copyright. Thank you. Forgive the AC unit on at the moment. It is warm in here right now. IB was straight on that. Hi. Driver career. I need to tweet out today's YouTube video as well. Sweet, that's good. I'll schedule that to go live in 15 minutes or so. James, thank you very much for the follow, mate. I believe it's a sprint weekend. Every time you reload the save, it resets some of your goals. Which is annoying. Oh, with some new helmets, haven't I? Or not. Sprint weekend with the current format. Am I right in saying that the enforced tyre allocation isn't in the game though, ads? Either intentionally or bugged? That's weird, Glenn. I've not heard of that before. It has the time limitations, but not limited to the correct sessions. Oh, okay. Fucking Nora. Honestly. Literally a new feature for this year. My team currently has a bug that it can't be advanced after 1.5 seasons. What in the fuck? Alright, ready? Let's record. It's noted on the issues list, is it? Hopefully it gets patched soon then. Welcome to the next instalment of the F124 driver career. We are in China this time around after making a mistake in Japan that ultimately probably cost us points, or cost us the potential of points at the very least. We're hoping for better this time around. It's a track I very much enjoyed on F123. Was, without any shadow of doubt, my strongest track on F123. I don't know whether that will translate though. We shall wait and see. We're going to put the old parts back in. All the specialists are updated with goals set ready for this new race weekend. And I believe it's a sprint weekend as well. So 2 races for you in today's episode. So it's probably going to be slightly longer. As you can see, the new sprint weekend format is in the game this year. However, the tyres that you're allocated at the moment are, I believe, bugged. But it will be improved upon very soon. Also, you may well have just noticed, inclement weather in qualifying, and underneath my face, it looks the same for the race as well. So, rain in China in both quali and the race, feature race, but the sprint is dry. Let's wait and see what happens as we progress through then. This could go any which way today. Lots of teams improving. Sauber the only team to barely improve at all since Bahrain, which says that improvements surely are on the way. We've caught and overtaken V-Carb now. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not looking forward to driving in the rain again. Hopefully there's minimal rain. Pray to the Lord for minimal rain. Right, I'm going to go to practice, get my resource points, and then we've got sprint qualifying and the sprint, and then actual qualifying and the actual race. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more content. Join me live as well. Links in the description to the stream platforms, be that Twitch or the YouTube streaming channel. And I'm just going to jump straight into it. Let's get out on track. We've got a lot of driving to do today. My thumb is not going to thank me by the end of it.
Ni hao and welcome to China. We've missed you, but it's great to be back here at the Shanghai.
F1 China. Right, only 2 tyres available for...
I told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Big jump in the competitiveness between the medium and the hards. Big jump. Race strategy. Well, I can't do race strategy on mediums or hards, or mediums, because let's do fuel management on the hards. We'll do race strategy on the hards, and then time management on the softs, maybe. See what we can do. Try and get as many resource points as possible, which at the minute is only 300, but we will be able to upgrade that with specialists.
In this programme, we want you to focus on your fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
You've got a very wet China, have you, Ryan? Haven't actually told me what the weather is yet. You can just see from the little emblem. Delta here is so easy to get. Practice programs need a tweak as well. I don't know whether that's logged on the website anywhere. If the bugs are really annoying you, Robbo, I'd say wait for the patch. The patch should solve almost all the bugs, or the majority of, at least. You do exclamation mark live, I think, Jahid. There you go.
Okay,
Purple, yay!
test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
We'll do race strategy on the hards. Quite a bit, Jake. Quite a bit. But an updated patch is coming.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate
Soon.
a good race strategy.
I have an idea now of when it's coming, but I'm not allowed to share that information. Or when it could be coming. Obviously a number of factors at play. There was a large change around in some of the areas of the development team, which explains some of the issues. But as far as I'm aware, the development team that worked on 23 aren't at Cody's anymore. Rephrase, the handling side of it. Jakey, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub, mate. Welcome to the game, my man. And the follow too. Started watching F1 because of this series. Appreciate it, dude. Glad we could encourage you to give the real life sport a try. I've enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix. Races do get better than that, I can assure you. I think the track in Canada should suit the Red Bull more so than Monaco. I expect Max to be strong again in Canada. Oh, he started with the 23 series, nice. Hard tyres don't feel great here. And 1.5 seconds a lap off the off the soft tyre. 6.5 tenths off the soft. 6.5 tenths off the medium, 1.5 seconds off the soft. Thank you, Charles. The best of attempts to let me go, but let me go nonetheless. What do you guys think is going to happen in the Canadian Grand Prix this weekend? Who do you see being strong? Merci, monsieur. Piastri's having a very strong season, isn't he? McLaren in general are having a very strong season. Too busy saying, watching or reading Trip say that the race will get stopped because a moose is on track. Sorry, Pierre. Thanks for the follow, Set. So welcome to the channel, mate. Cards are wearing at an alarmingly high rate, actually. It might not shock you to know that the front left tyre is significantly worn than any other tyre here. Oh, I literally moved out of the way for you, Pierre. I'm broke super early and you won't take me. Okay, cool. Williams, and you got a secret meeting with Alpine. Our first secret meeting offer was with Alpine, and we turned it down. Oh dear, tyre wear is significantly high. Oh, good, good, good. I have a feeling it might be a long race weekend for us. I don't know, Jakey. Mercedes is a tough one at the minute.
We can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner.
I imagine that they'll excel in 26 with a change to the regulations. Engine regs. So that's where they excelled in 2014. But they just haven't excelled with these aero changes, have they? Ready for that time management chart to take a massive swoop down. There you go. That's turn 1 at China. We'll do the same at turn 13.
Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery.
Tried to take that as gently as I could whilst bearing in mind the lap time. Yeah, normally it's a groundhog or two, isn't it? So sure. I'll just take a green there, that's not a problem. It's not a problem. We'll take it. Just open this here.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though.
Only the one practice session in China with a sprint weekend. Only 250 resource points gained. We didn't maximise it on this occasion. Got 770 in the bank though, so certainly enough to do something to the car moving forward. We have been saving a few resource points. Just to say thank you to Party Time for resubscribing to the Twitch channel for a second month. I appreciate it. My experience has gone up. We're getting closer and closer to being 69 rated. Make your own jokes, please. Sprint qualifying on the way. Do we upgrade the car in the meantime? We're waiting for that really, aren't we? Because I would like to do some drag reduction. I'd also like to do weight redistribution as well. That will be when we unlock the ballast, I think. Let's go to sprint qualifying.
Now here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China.
So in sprint qualifying, if you weren't previously aware, in real life you are locked to a certain tyre compound that is replicated in the game. It just unfortunately selects the wrong tyre compound for the sessions. But regardless, we will try and get ourselves through sprint qualifying 1 into sprint qualifying 2. Whether we make it to sprint qualifying 3 remains to be seen, but everyone is going out on their mediums at the moment. They are shortened sessions as well, so we'll only do one run in all of these sprint qualifying sessions because we'd like to do our main chunk of content in the race, and then hopefully well, I mean, it's top 8 for points in a sprint race, so I don't know as we'll be getting any points in a sprint race, but it looks like to get through here we are going to have to burn through that soft set of tyres, so they will go on. To be fair, I'd rather save the mediums for the race anyway, but you're supposed to only be able to use the softs in SQ3, but it lets you use them in SQ1 because the game is bugged. But I'm sure those bugs will be fixed soon, and it will be as intended soon. Can we get ourselves into SQ2? I'd be tempted to go out on the medium set, actually, to try and get through on the mediums, to then have a soft set to try and get through into SQ3, but regardless, let's just go out on these softs. Signore! Dankeschön, Seb. Dankeschön. Thank you very much for sending everyone across. You join us in sprint qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix. I did indeed just get badgered. We'll try and channel our inner badger, our inner German badger, as opposed to our inner honey badger, and try and get ourselves out of SQ1 into SQ2. Appreciate the support, man. Thank you for sending everyone across. Welcome in, everyone. Do feel free to go and check out Seb, formerly known as Badgerman, as you guys will be familiar, I'm sure. Those of you who've been watching me for a while know we've been sending everyone back and forth with Seb for a few years now. See, race engineer for F1 Esports. So the man knows his stuff. I've not done any ranked yet. Did 7 or 8 races, won 4 or 5, and got a couple of P2s in the others. Nice, GG, dude. I need to do some ranked stuff. I've not done any online F1 gameplay yet, because I'm in F2 for Creator Series, so I've been focusing on that. Just tire temps are fine. Oh, there goes nothing. Blitz, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome in. Appreciate it. Tracks this week are China, Belgium and Austria. Three very, very good tracks.
Dropped to P20.
Oh, that's because I haven't set a lap yet, mate. He's trying to get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Oh, hang on, there was another message in between that. Go get going. It's got some SRG strategy work, so we'll be lurking. Good luck in China. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you for sending everyone across. Right, our one and only run in SQ1 ends with us putting the car initially in P10. However, there are other drivers yet to finish their laps. Will we finish P10? As we return to the garage, the session will end. There isn't enough time for us to get round and to go again. 2 seconds, 1 second, Bosch, session over. We put it P10, we dropped to P11, but we are through to SQ2. Valtteri out. My teammate not last, which is a step forward for us. Both V-Carbs and Logan Sargent behind him. Tight field though, only 9 tenths back to Checo, who squeaks through on the medium tyre. Big lap for Zhou Guanyu on the softs to put it P7. SQ2, we're probably going to have to use the medium tyres for SQ2 though. You can see the weather actually for the race here. The The race will start dry. And then... maybe a little bit of drizzle halfway through that then turns into considerable rain an hour in. And then dries up again at the end. Oh dear. Christ, that's going to be intense, isn't it? Okay. Again, we'll go out and do one run.
Okay, guys, everyone be aware the car's ready to go.
Thanks, mate. Please don't be rubbish, cheese. No. You let me go here, Oscar. Okay. You'll catch me on your lap, though. I promise you that. Now you want to go through again. Make your mind up, pal. Now you want to let me through again. Make your mind up, pal. Go on, bugger off.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
I don't know what my favourite track to race on, Jamie, to be honest. Just occurred to me, we've gone into sprint qualifying with our worn parts, which is annoying. Hold on, Chez. Nice solid start to the lap. Got way too much fuel on board as well. Gone horribly so far. Oh, you can come out of Parc Ferme before before full qualifying, can you? That's good to know. Thank you, Ads. I wasn't sure. The checkered flag is waving, and a number of those that did their lap in Q1 or SQ1 on that soft set, that one soft set that's available, have done their SQ2 laps on that same soft set, and as such are significantly slower with worn rubber. And we've snuck through into SQ3 in P10 as a result. So we will have a third run in qualifying on sprint day.
Well, that wraps up
Alex
qualifying,
Albon, Joe
but don't
Guanyu,
worry,
Esteban
we'll
Ocon,
be back
Esteban
tomorrow
Ocon, Lance
as we
Stroll
head
and
into the
Pierre
Grand Prix.
Gasly. You can see, oh, let me move me out the way, significantly slower if I move my webcam, look. a second run on those softs and they were a second slower or 2 seconds slower than they were in the session before. It just wasn't the right play to use that soft set again. But use it again they did. And knacker themselves they have. SQ3 on the way. I'm going to save that set for the race. Might do an out lap. I'll just do 1 lap again. Just do 1 lap again on that set of mediums. They're all now using their softs, obviously, because of course they are.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
I don't support an F1 team in real life, Jakey. I just enjoy the racing. I don't have a specific team that I root for. F1 isn't like football for me. It's not as tribal. Well, it shouldn't be as tribal. Because it's sprint qualifying HP and I've already used my softs. Cambridge United, Jakey, the team that I'm wearing right now.
.30 seconds left in the session.
Yep, I'm on my lap. It's off the track. I know you're a big Ferrari fan, Plus. Now, as was the case in SQ2, I think some of those that have gotten through here have used that same soft tyre. To be fair, we're using the same medium tyre that we used in the previous session. Oh, nearly in the wall. And it's P7 for us as a result. Those softs too worn to put in a competitive lap time. Very nearly binned it, but able to recover. Might even have qualified slightly high. If I hadn't made that mistake, I would have finished ahead of Fernando Alonso, that's for sure, but significantly behind anyone else. Carlos Sainz, a full 7 3/4 tenths faster than anybody else. That says to me that they were fresh and everyone else's weren't. But a decent starting position for the sprint. It's the top 8 that score points as a reminder, so we'll absolutely take that. Pace should take an uptick here. Indeed it does. And are we now 69 rated? Not quite, but we should be by the end of the weekend. Now a 19-lap sprint race. Thankfully, in the bloody dry. Oh, there you go. You can finally see the full weather for the races. We'll adjust. We'll adjust. We'll address that when we do the next highlight. Give me 2 secs, lads. I will be back in a moment. I need a wee. BRB. Hey everybody, where did he go? I went to the bathroom. Shroot, thank you very much for this, the brand new Prime Gaming sub, mate. That's very good of you, dude. I appreciate that. Right, let's crack on. We finally have full forecasts for the sprint race and crucially qualifying and the actual race. As you can see, qualifying does not look fun. Wet AF for most of it. However, the race is in its majority dry, as you can see there. So hopefully we should be okay. There's only one part of the race that will go wet, and it's a case of will it rain hard enough, long enough to warrant going onto intermediate tyres, or will it be a case of weathering the storm, almost quite literally, and staying on the dry tyres? We'll wait and see. Sprint race, 19 laps, should all be done on the medium tyre, I would imagine, and then a wet to dry qualifying, but probably for us, only wet, because I don't think we'll get to Q3 in actual qualifying. It was a raid of 1 from Asdenia, or Asdina.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today. And alongside me in the comments...
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I'll try not to let you down, sir. A half an hour sprint race, almost on the nose by the looks of things. 30 minutes and 6/100ths of a second, supposedly the estimated projected lap time. Although my personalised with my supposed higher tyre wear is actually 5 seconds longer than that. Hopefully, though, we can get ourselves to the end quite sharpish. Get ourselves maybe a point, although unlikely. I'm expecting to go backwards here. Recommends a lap's worth of extra fuel. I will put a lap's worth of extra fuel here in, and then that will give us a good gauge as to how much we need for the actual full race, which will be, in theory, 3 times that. Although some rain to factor in there. There's a lot of maths to be done, but first of all, some driving. The personalised one is basically no different, is it?
Okay, so everything looks good on the power unit cycles, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Using, in this scenario where we're literally just on the one tyre, or any scenario where you're not actually physically changing the plan, it doesn't matter whether you select the personalised or the projected, you're still on the same strategy, aren't you? I won't bother with predictions for the sprint, we'll just do predictions for the feature race.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
I mean, we'll try. We'll try, farms. even
Sprints are a shorter
yes,
race
I know.
session.
Even with, like when you switch between projected and personalized, it never changes the fuel level in the car, though, does it? It just stays the same. Let's not do a large stroll.
Okay,
0.3.
incredible parking there, nice one. That's gonna give you the edge when
0.3
you
will
get the launch as the race starts.
absolutely do. Can
Okay,
we
so that's the
do
rest of the
anything
grid
of
for
any note here? I'd be actually thrilled with a top 10 if we can get it. Not a bad start. Bit of a jump on Fernando-ish. And hopefully we'll be able to stick it around the outside of him. But I've drifted wide there with some understeer. Try and get back into position to then be on the inside for turn 2. But then he should have the inside line for turns 3 and 4. And quite frankly just has better traction to get away from me. But we'll use the battery as best we can. We might make a bit of a lunge here. We will! And we will regret every single moment of it. So we can add a cut in about there. And I'll just stay behind. Sorry, Chris, that's a bit awkward to edit, but I need to get better, evidently. Probably cut it about when we're talking about the traction for Alonso, maybe. Halfway around the lap now, and it's all kind of settling down a bit, other than the two Mercedes in front. They're going hammer and tongs at things at the moment. Fernando Alonso still directly in front of me, Charles Leclerc still directly behind me, Zhou Guan Yu hanging on in the top 9, although that is of course outside the points for a sprint. A bit slow around here, but then quick on exit. We use some battery. I'm expecting the tyres to not last very well at all, really, effectively, around here. If I turn my battery off, look at the way that they start to pull. I could have thought about a lunge. I won't. Two Mercedes coming close to one another, but not close enough to come to blows.
Decent start, good job.
I imagine that they are going to battle quite hard here. If Fernando or myself can get past, we will do so and try and chase down the front 3. They look like they're battling quite hard themselves as well. Got a bit of a run on Fernando here. Could be up the inside into turn 1. We'll try and do to him what he did to me on the opening lap. Inside line here to then outside line here. But then he's still got the better traction. Never mind, I'll stay behind Fernando then. And maybe even fall behind Charles Leclerc. Oh, I'm sorry, Fernando. That was not an intentional lunge. My brakes weren't quite as responsive as I thought they would be. Oh, note to self. Practice braking into turn 4 in race conditions. No worries, Darren. Catch you later, dude. We're in DRS range, which is good. Might as well drain the battery. Run around the outside of Alonso here. I I'm struggling to get traction in this corner, so I purposefully drifted a little bit wider there to push Fernando offline. And he's now under pressure from Charles Leclerc, meaning that I hopefully can now get after the Mercedes. Up to P6. I'm entirely too sure how long this position will last for us, but whilst we've still got the battery to be able to compete down the straight, we're going to be able to be hanging on here for the time being, I think. But those Mercedes do very much have... Everybody, I think, actually has much better traction than us right now because they've got better rear downforce. Mercedes on Mercedes into the hairpin. Hamilton stays ahead. Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race, but we're going to try and be competitive race pace wise. Now Russell having a look at Hamilton again. It's not going to be doing their tyres or their race pace any good whatsoever fighting with their teammate like this. There is a patch coming, by the way. I'm not sure by the time you see this video whether it will be out or not. But there is a patch coming for the handling and for AI behaviour as well, I'm led to believe. So, hopefully, the bugs of the past, or bugs of the present, sorry, will become bugs of the past. And we should have a racing experience much more familiar with 23 with the intended improvements to handling and gameplay rather than the at present indifference that we feel about it, which is good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm enjoying the game so far, but obviously it isn't without its flaws in this current version. But like I say, by the time you see this video, there may well be a patch to improve things. If the patch isn't out by the time you see this video, then it is coming soon. Here comes Charles Leclerc on the outside of me towards the hairpin. Give him space, but we've got the inside line. And we'll hold on to the position. Max has just disappeared out in front. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris having a bit of a hammer and tongs time of things like Lewis and George, which has just allowed Max to go bye and disappear into the sunset. Oh, hello, rear end. Just want to stay within DRS range, basically. As soon as you're not in DRS range, that's when you become vulnerable. Because it's such a long straight. Something like 1.3 kilometers or something silly. The majority of which taken well above 180 miles an hour. If I lose DRS, I'm toast. For the time being, we still have it. And to be fair, Russell isn't really challenging Lewis anymore. And I wonder, actually, if we're closing in on the Ferrari and the McLaren. I think we are. By not battling now, the gap actually in front is coming down. Albeit Max is still extending. So far, so good for maybe some sprint race points. Fuel is going up as well. So that's a good sign. for the Grand Prix. Notice the tyre wear though. That front left takes an absolute hammering around here because of turn 1, because of this turn here, and because of turn 13 as well. Where you're just constantly scrubbing and wearing and heating up that front
If you
left.
think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
This said is a killer at turn 1 too. He's just constantly pushing on that front. Just in DRS range, but falling a little bit back from the Mercedes now. Time to knuckle down and put in a good lap to stay with. Purple sector 3 apparently, probably because I ran wide like that. Max hasn't disappeared into the sunset yet in your save, is he not? Done it a couple of times in mine. But obviously the nature of the AI behaviour at the moment is the reason for that. TRS detection point is there on the way round this final turn, so you have to make sure, even if you're within a second coming down that little straight to the end of the sector, you need to make sure you stay with in the tight left-hander, otherwise you will drop out at DRS range. We're definitely closing on the McLaren and the Ferrari now, that they're right there. I'm not quite fast enough though to really challenge the Mercedes at the moment. I've got the pace to stay with, but the pace to get past isn't there. Holy moly. Okay, the rear just let go there for no reason whatsoever. Just under load, putting the power down, and it was like, I can't cope with that, I'm going round. Thankfully we saved it, otherwise that could have cost us our entire sprint race. We've dropped a position to P7 behind Charles Leclerc now. I imagine that Ferrari is just going to get right after the Mercedes, because it is a faster car right now. I believe so anyway in the performance index, certainly in real life. We'll see if Charles can challenge George. Lewis is actually pulling away a little bit from George Russell now, trying to get after Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. Zhou Guanyu still hanging on in P9 with Sergio Perez behind him. Don't even think about it, Fernando. There's not really a gap there, mate. Good boy. Oh, mate. Thrown away a P6 with a mistake there. Trying to factor those out of my driving this year. That was my Achilles heel in Creator Series in F1 23. This amount of mistakes I made. I made very, very few in the F2 cars in Monaco in the episodes you saw earlier this week. And I aim to hopefully make less, so even more, in Canada this coming Friday. Do come and join me on stream for that. Footage will come to you in due course, of course. See if we can't at least hang on to the P7 we've got at the minute and maybe get ourselves back up to P6. Very cautious around that turn this time around. Right, left is dead. We did it again. It certainly seems like it at times, doesn't it, Trip? Ads is so good as a moderator, it does feel like it's his full-time job at times. If I was in a position to be able to pay my moderators, I would love that, but unfortunately I'm not. Thanks for the follow, Roland. Welcome to the channel, mate. Hello, Alex. How are you, dude?
Gap to your teammate behind, 7.8 seconds.
Certainly makes the streamer's life a hell of a lot easier when you've got moderators as good as ads. Allows me to concentrate on making the content rather than just being basically a moderator in my own chat and not actually making any content.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Leclerc might have a look. Not even having a look. Leclerc is past Russell. He was round the outside into the hairpin. I was too busy laughing at a joke in live chat to commentate on it at the time. But Charles Leclerc moves himself up to P5 ahead of George Russell. Meanwhile, behind, Sergio Perez has moved himself past Zhou Guanyu to get himself up to P9 and try and chase a point. I thought for a minute about trying to dive up the inside here of George, but didn't quite have the run. Perez now right with us, as you can tell from my rear view mirror and the mini-map. Zhou Guanyu dropped considerably back, and then there's a number of other cars also behind the other Kick Sauber, which is obviously not a very competitive car at the moment. The gap to the second and third placed positions actually grown a little bit from Lewis since you last were with me. I wonder whether George is struggling a bit. Charles Leclerc's evidently got the pace. Lewis has got the edge on his teammate. I wonder whether George might be vulnerable. If I can nab George and get that P6 back, rather than nabbing Charles Leclerc, which is less likely, then I will look to do so. I'm probably going to have to try and save more battery, or utilise my battery in a different part of the lap and hope that I can keep the position down here. Because as the laps go by, I'm having less and less to draw on down this straight, which ultimately will end up with me getting caught. Still in for, or on for, 2 World Championship points, so as it stands here in the sprint, if we can hang on to P7. 6 laps to go. George is slow on turn 1. Something to note. Slow on exit 2 as well. That might be where we make the most of it. Charles is through on Lewis into the final turn. That Ferrari is quick. Nice to see Charles Leclerc making a couple of moves. And we've noticed that George is slow around the second part of turns 1 and 2. So I'm going to do that. And get myself back up to P6. Question is, can I hold on to it? The answer at the moment is no. And Charles Leclerc has lost out to Lewis Hamilton here, and Hamilton has 4th again. But we do have just a gap on George to hold on to P6 now. That's another position gained. It took a couple of laps to figure out where George was slow and where we were faster to be able to deduce where we might be able to actually pull the move off once we realised that we might well have the edge on the Mercedes for pace at this stage of this sprint race. Obviously, all told for the season, we will not have pace on the Mercedes. But you take what you can get at times, and what we can get at the minute might be a P6. If I don't drive like that. Leclerc and Hamilton going for it again. We're getting slow here. Leclerc again might have the inside line into the final turn. If I can swoop and do a cutback on them both. Oh my god, Lewis. Well, there goes my front wing.
This will have a major impact impact on performance unless you box for a new one.
And
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
just as we're past the pits, I tried a switchback on Lewis as we came out here. What I didn't anticipate was Lewis trying the switchback on Charles. He's turning much sharper here than initially he starts the corner. I'm absolutely fine until this point, and then Lewis starts to turn in sharper, and I wash out into him, and off goes my entire front wing. That's not great, is it? Really? That is my sprint race prematurely over. Just as I got a little bit too confident, we took the one Mercedes and I thought, tell you what, might be in for some more points here. No. No, I'm not. That's not supposed to happen. Let me try and zoom a bit, maybe. As a result of that contact and the fact that my race is effectively over, I will park up by the steward's post and we will retire from this sprint race. And then it will reverse me out and then try and finish, get me back to the pits. Okay. But we're going to retire from the race. There's no point continuing on. I'll be last by the end of that lap and then obviously would have to pit. There's no point doing 4 or 5 laps at the back. We might as well save the tyres, save the car parts, and put it down to experience that we have pace at China, but clearly racecraft still needs to be improved upon. Never mind. Time for full qualifying, and I'm taking the punishment for... Race awareness goes up. Lol. I'm taking the punishment for that. My experience and my racecraft go down. To be fair, it wasn't necessarily my awareness that was the issue there. I was aware that Lewis was on the outside, so I thought if I go one way and then cut back, I can at least get one of the two. As Charles Leclerc gets Lewis, I might be able to get Lewis as well. I was mistaken. To a very wet qualifying session, but crucially with some fresher parts. AI is 95 at the minute. We will readdress that once the handling patch is out. A prediction when we're on the way into the race, Jahid, yes.
Now here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
Inters at the moment. Now, the weather is going to dry up, if anything. Weather is going to dry up. So we'll go out and do one lap at the end. I might put... Well, I'll definitely put less fuel in. Might put a little bit more front wing in, just for this. 41 from 38. Remember 38, though, please, chat. Okay, who do we got? Come on, you can hear the traction. Bob, 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 bob. Or rather, the lack of.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
Maybe I should have done a practice lap or two in the wet. I think we might be qualifying last here, gents. Put faith in myself to go out and do the business in one lap. Having gotten the experience of driving in the wet in Australia. And to be fair, I am 1.2 seconds up on Esteban Ocon through the first sector, so maybe we do still have the pace. It's stopped raining though, you'll notice. The track is damp, definitely an intermediate track, but there is no rain falling at present, meaning that the track, well, to be fair, is due to dry up towards the end of qualifying. It may well dry up earlier than Q3 at this rate, which will mean being on the track at the right time could see some vastly surprising results in this qualifying session. It's either a case of being on the track at the right time or not being in the pits at the wrong time. They are slightly different, even though they sound similar. And we might be seeing some shock exits here. We really might be seeing some shock exits here. I think Verstappen, Russell and Alonso, the three that are currently in front of me, are in the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, Q1, P2. What? And indeed, those three cars were in the pits, not coming out for another lap when the track significantly improved. George Russell will start 20th, Fernando Alonso 19th, and Max Verstappen 18th. That's giant for the Drivers' Championship. K-Mag through, and we might well be onto dry tyres before the end of Q2 if everybody gets out and runs an Inters lap at the beginning of Q2. The track will dry up even more so. We're on dry tyres now. We are on dry tyres now. It's happened already. Unbelievable, Jeff. Max, Alonso and George will be kicking themselves. I'm going to do one lap again. Try and save the tyres for the race. No, I'm not. I'm going to do 2 laps.
P13, P13.
Remember to change front wing actually. We're running a wet weather front wing input. Need to drop that back down. I am on hot lap mode, Staffy, yes. It needs patching, Staffy. And he's set to be so.
All clear the garage, please. Car's ready to leave. Currently in P15, that last lap moves you onto the 8th row of the grid. Remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on.
There you go, and speed me to it.
to P15.
Depends on the difficulty level, Darren. Right, with three of the fastest drivers in three of the fastest cars already out of qualifying, there's a massive opportunity here for Haas to get into Q3 with one of the two drivers. And I'm P7. We are through to Q3 again. We're finding some pace. Now, I will preempt this by, not preempt, react to this by saying this is track specific. The AI difficulty is set appropriately for my talent level. As you've seen from the previous 2 or 3 races, I just am, for some reason, better at China than most other tracks. I don't know why. I can't tell you. So we'll make the most of it whilst I have the track-specific advantage. 4 milliseconds ahead of Alex Albon. K-Mag qualifies P13. Banging. Lance Stroll is out in the other Aston Martin here. Both kick Saubers through to Q3. And there could be a big swing in the Drivers' Championship after this race if Max, Fernando and George can't make their way through from the back of the grid. But we're going to go again in Q3 for not the first time this season, but certainly very few times this season. No, it's track specific, Daniel. Thanks for the follow, Phil. Plus, there's a handling patch coming which will drastically change and AI alteration coming. AI retuning, which will drastically change the competitiveness of the AI, so, and the way that they race. So there's no point changing anything yet, when I'm only going to have to change it again in a short time frame's time. The softs just don't last, do they? Wow. It's definitely going to be a medium hard race, I think. Or medium hard medium. Boom. It might not change that much, Daniel, but the behaviour of the AI will massively impact the results. Because they're so very, very reluctant to make overtakes at the moment. Which is why I've been able to hold on to positions in Grand Prix that ordinarily I wouldn't be able to at this difficulty level in this car. In free air, when they're not all tucked up in a stupid DRS train, a lot of cars would have just driven away from me. Nope. So I will, once the AI patch comes in, I will be lower down the order. Because I'll get overtaken in the instances at the moment where I'm not.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
No, I started YouTube as a hobby trip. Starting content creation with the sole intention of it becoming your job is not the... You just won't succeed. Or at least you will get disheartened so much so before it happens that you'll quit. There wasn't really a stage like that, Trip. I couldn't do any other job when I started because of my health, so I just did it, and what happened happened. Alex Albon was so confident in his P6 time, he didn't go out again. But crucially, Lewis Hamilton didn't improve. And I think we're on for a particularly impressive qualifying session here. We will start the Grand Prix exactly where we ended Q2. P7. That's where we started the sprint as well, wasn't it? P7. I think I'm about the 7th quick... Well, I say that. There's 3 cars that should have been in that session that weren't. So,
For now, then,
I'm definitely
really,
not as fast as George Russell,
again for lights out.
Fernando Alonso or Max Verstappen. We've only just edged Lewis Hamilton there, so maybe we do have the slight edge on the Ferrari. Again, I reiterate, track specific here with my own ability at China compared to my inability at other tracks, it seems. Pace goes up to 72. We should maybe be up to 69 rated. Indeed, we are. Well, time to refuel, re-strategize, and go on race. Do you Mackies or do you not Mackies? What are the alternatives, Ramdog? I think you Mackies.
It's time again then. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session.
Well,
Fantastic effort
no
from
Max
Charles
Verstappen
Leclerc
on pole
yesterday,
this time
and it's
around.
put him on
He
pole.
starts
And Oscar
at the
Piastri
back.
completes the
Charles
front
Leclerc
row.
takes the
Moving on to
advantage.
the
Oscar
rest of the
Piastri
grid, we
P2
have
here.
Perez,
And Sergio Perez,
Sainz,
who outperforms his teammate for the first time in
Albon,
living memory. Alex
Wood,
Albon P6, me
Hamilton,
P7. I wonder if there are any
Bottas,
penalties further
Joe,
back. There might be. Those
Stroll,
that qualified
Gasly,
poorly that would normally be further
Magnussen,
forward might
Tsunoda,
take a tactical
Ocon,
penalty here.
Ricciardo,
Take an extra part that they
Verstappen,
might need later in the
Fernando
season and
Alonso,
go again. They are not doing
Russell,
that.
and
But Logan
Sargent.
Sargent
It's
is
almost
taking
time for
an
the lights to
extra
go out. So
penalty
let's
here
head
with
down
an
and
extra
stride
change
into
in
our
car
country.
parts. I'm expecting medium, medium, hard. Hard medium is apparently personalised. Well, it's significantly slower. 14 seconds because of my tyre wear. Significantly slower to the end. I wonder if hard, medium, medium might actually be a better ploy here. Or do I only have one set of medium tyres? If I only have one set of medium tyres, I'm a little bit screwed. I think I might be a little bit screwed. Oh, hello. That might be quicker. A little bit of tweaking, and we might be able to find something. Hard, medium, soft. Can we make this any faster? Not really. So, I think it's a case of start on the hards. Everyone else probably starting on hards? They are. Lots of starting on hards. Yuki starts on soft, and a handful start on the mediums. Start on the hards, see how far they go, and then make a decision from there. We do have to factor in, of course, that there will be, or should be, rain at some point in the Grand Prix. So we may well be hards to the rain and then inters and then back to mediums, which might actually work in our favour with our higher tyre wear. Fuel-wise, I'm absolutely happy with the fuel where it is. In fact, we could probably lower it a little bit based on the experience of the sprint, which we will do. We won't take too much of a risk with it. Right, P7, half a lap's worth of extra fuel, hard, medium initial strategy, but open to change. Right, let's give you guys on stream a predicciones, shall we? Start prediction, where will Ches finish? With the faster cars behind coming through and the fact that it's going to rain, I'm going to say the same as yesterday. P8 or higher, P9 or lower. Have your say. I'm going to go and have a quick toilet break, and then we shall zip, zip, zoom. BRB. Right. 50-50, is it? Let's have a look. It actually is. 124,000 points each way. 9 of you reckon yes, P8 or higher. 7 of you reckon no, P9 or lower. Jordan going big. Kieran going big. One of which will lose big. I did alter my wing, yes. Go big or go home, baby. Perez extended to the end of 2026. That's a strange decision.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears. So go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
I'd have signed Carlos Sainz in a heartbeat. Bloody hell.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Do you really want to go to Alpine at the minute? Alpine, well, I mean, if it's your only option, then yes, but surely Carlos Sainz wants a more competitive seat than Alpine. Does that guarantee Sainz to Mercedes, maybe? Yeah, Sainz to Audi makes sense, doesn't it?
Superb
0.3 meters again.
Make sure we get the edge
Not
on the surrounding
bad,
drivers as the
sir.
lights go out.
Oh god, here we go.
Keep
We're
an
not
eye
the
on
only
lights
car
at
out of
the start.
position, really, with Alex Albon in P6. Both the kick Saubers. Oh, it's a decent start. Both the kick Saubers are. Oh my god, talk about decent starts. Hello, Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri Bottas on the. Oh my god, Zhou Guanyu! The medium tyre just kicked into life. He's up to P5. What a move, Zhou Guanyu! Unbelievable! Wow! Have you ever seen anything like it from a kick Sauber? What on earth was that? That was nuts! Try and take Lewis up the inside here. So battling hard with Norris. Such is the difference between the medium tyre and the hard. Zhou on home turf is flying here early doors. That was insane. GG, sir. Keep it going if you can. He's trying to hang on around the outside of Lando Norris. He's taken the McLaren.
All right, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Oh, I might try and go up the inside of Alex Albon here if I can. Bumping over the curbs, then around the outside maybe. I've not got the traction or the heat in my tyres. Battery. We've got the straight line speed though. See Alex. It's going to be P7 again. Oh, here comes Mr. Hamilton. And there's Lewis. There's Alex still. Oh, God. Break! Albon might lose 2 positions. Albon doesn't. He only loses one. We're back up to P7. Right, okay. Time to somehow try and catch up with that Sauber. Bloody hell. He's leaving Lando for dead. He's off. Bye, Zoe. See you later, mate.
DRS now available.
We got a thumbnail already, Darren.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
I'll try and use Alex Albon as a bit of a rear gunner here to help defend from those behind. These hard tyres do wear remarkably quickly, even for a hard tyre around here. Most notably, obviously, that front left. After a lap and 3/4, it's already 3%. And we want to take these 30 laps or more. That's the difference the overtake battery makes. And I'll use it to retake the position, thank you. Thank you, bye-bye. Ooh. DRS as well, of course, actually. DRS assisted, I forgot about that too. DRS and DRS, and Alex Albon flew past me. But we've got it sorted. We're back in P7. And Zhou Guan Yu has quite literally just left Lando Norris for dead. And he's homing in on the bloody Red Bull and Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas not making similar moves. I'm in trouble here. No DRS. I said about maybe trying to use Alex Albon as a bit of a rear gunner. In a minute, Lando Norris is using me as his. Perez going for it on Piastri into the hairpin. We're back within DRS range of Lando Norris now, slightly. Only ever so slightly. But we are there. We saw a lot of battery use down that previous straight. Zhou Guan Yu past Perez and diving to the inside. Zhou Guan Yu might also be past Piastri. Zhou Guan Yu in a podium paying position in the kick Sauber. Unbelievable. He's off. He's flying. Go get those Ferraris, boy. I think heart rate isn't working. I might have accidentally shut the app, to be fair. I did. It had disconnected. Hello. Connecting. There we go. We are back. We are back. Oh, got where I was on track. Can I save battery here? With using the DRS only to defend from Albon? I think so. Kevin is currently holding up so many people. Kevin in P12 is currently holding up so many people. Yuki's on softs, and he just can't use them at the minute because he's tucked up in that train. Go on, K-Mag lad. Ferrari are gone. It's going to be a Carlos Sainz to Charles Leclerc victory today.
Dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
Lando's starting to fall back off the three in front, and I wonder whether this is a George Russell from the sprint race type scenario, where we might be able to pick him off for a P6. I then won't be quite so impatient to try and get higher than P6, but I think Lando might be, maybe, open for overtaking here. We're under no pressure from behind. We're able to manage that gap with ERS and DRS quite comfortably. It's not even a case of the issues with the AI where they're not able to, or unwilling to make an overtake. At the minute, Alex can't get close enough to make an attempted overtake to then not try and commit to it. We just have the legs on the Williams right now. Joe being kept honest by DRS for Piastri and Perez, but he's still leading the way of this train.
The car ahead's beginning to pull away. You know what to do.
I do, Mark. Leave me alone, let me do it. I bet my engine's hot. 139
Get
degrees,
past,
yeah.
Make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Rear tyres aren't happy. They're really starting to complain after just 8%. Thankfully, I've still got DRS and a lot of ERS to defend, but Piastri and Perez, and presumably all the rest of us behind now on hard tyres, are starting to get the edge on Zhou Guanyu now, as we say that my rear tyres are starting to go. Think how bad Zhou Guanyu's are on the medium tyre. The softs would already be dead and wanting to come off by this point. And the mediums are going to be significantly enough worn by now that they're losing their pace advantage over this hard tyre. I just can't quite find the right line to get past Norris in the meantime. But I think Zhou Guanyu will be tumbling very soon. %13 already on that front left. It's going to be so dead. And making the moves in front. Zhou's gone very defensive into the hairpin. Piastri's probably got the inside line here with a bit of battery. Is he? No, he's not ahead yet. He's trying, but he just can't get there. Hamilton not yet able to get past Albon because Albon's still got the DRS on me. It is status quo right now, 9 laps in. Well, 8 laps and a corner into this Grand Prix. I thought about it, I didn't.
Okay, mate, engine's running very
Hello.
hot. Engine very hot. Let's try and pull out from behind the car in front and cool things down.
I mean, I've pulled out behind the car in front to actually try and overtake him. And I've got the inside line for the next turn. And I have overtaken him. That is us up to P6 past Lando Norris. Here we go. Vamos. Avoid the engine staying above 140.8 degrees. It was very hot, to be fair. We were close to 140, if not dipping into 140 a moment ago. It's 139 right now. We do have a bit of a gap in front, which I'm going to have to close down if we want DRS down the next straight. But at least the engine is cooling down that long straight with no car directly in front of me, which will help. Significantly cooling by almost 10 degrees there. We should be able to do that accomplishment. I hope, anyway. Regardless, I'm not really fussed about mid-race objectives right now. I'm more concerned with scoring good points, especially after throwing points potentially away in Japan and then in the sprint here as well. Zhou is strugs, chat. Zhou is strugs. Piastri's going for it. Into the hairpin. Piastri around the outside. Zhou will eventually lose the traction advantage at this point of the circuit, and Piastri surely will just nip up the inside here and take P3. Indeed he does, avoiding the scenario that cost us our race in the sprint. We've been able to try and switch back on Perez, but look at the pace advantage he's got here in a straight line. But we're going to try and go around the outside if we can. Maybe we can get Zhou as well. Oh my god, a double move in turn 1. Yes, indeed. P4. Come on then, Oscar. Let's go. Let's gap them whilst Zhou Guanyu is now our rear gunner. He says as Zhou Guanyu is closing in on him. And thinking about going in for an overtake. Let's disappear. Let's make it a front 2. Then the next 2. Then the DRS train. What a move. Patience. Patience. Indeed. They're saving their tyres like crazy around turn 1. Super vulnerable around there.
Piastri ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1 minute 38.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Happy to save battery for the time being. Zefix, thank you very much for the brand new Prime Gaming sub, mate. Very good of you, dude. Welcome to the game, my friend. Thank you as well to Psychic Trooper for the follow. I might have a look at Piastri here. I'm going to have a run on him. I'm going to save my battery, and I'm just going to go for the inside line here into turn 1. Force Piastri offline, and that is us into a podium-paying position with Zhou Guanyu in the kick Sauber in 5th. And Alex Albon, not that far behind either, in the Williams still. Hello, Oscar. Oscar wants his podium position back.
Ahead, 6.7 seconds.
He has it. Alright, that didn't take long. We go again. Christ.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Well, until I crashed, JQ. Buggy at the minute, Zefix. But with a patch due very soon to fix almost everything that's wrong with it. This is going to be our race objective complete. Kept our engine temperature down.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice
Thanks,
work.
Mark.
Still a long way to go, though.
But we're not as close to Piastri here as we were, so we're not going to try and make the move now. Leclerc and Sainz still battling very hard for the lead of the race, but not battling hard enough to warrant anyone of us catching them. Intriguingly, they're on the medium tyre actually, which is probably why they've galloped down the road as much as they have. I didn't realise...
Drivers just moved into first place.
Yeah, it's because they're both there in first and second, Mark. I didn't realise they were both on mediums. So maybe it's not quite so cut and thrust with first and second disappearing into the distance as previously we thought it might be. Is there potentially something more than a P3 available here for any of us in this current train? Clouds are starting to build as well, although the rain is still quite a way out. Lot of sliding going on right now. Psychic Trooper, thank you very much indeed for the 2 gifted subs. That's very kind of you indeed. Thank you, mate. Cranwell and Jake Martin, welcome to the gang, lads. Cheers, dude. How did I crash? I tried to switch back on Hamilton whilst he was trying to switch back on Charles Leclerc. It just didn't work. Lost my front wing. Just retired. Try the move around the outside that has worked so well for us so far in this race on Piastri here. They get a bit slower here as they try and save their tyres. It will be not great for me in the long term to use up that left front just making moves like this, but in the short term I could really gain something here. Piastri's gone defensive offline there. Bit of contact, left front to right front. He used a bit of battery to just zip back past me out of turn 2, but I've done the same out of turn 4. That is P3 for us. And hopefully this time I'll actually hold on to it. Now then, 6 seconds to those currently coming back towards us, Ferrari, with wearing tyres.
Keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.9 seconds.
Qualified P7.
Okay, you're approaching one of the Ferraris.
Very much track specific here, those
Gap to your
efforts.
teammate behind.
China is by a long
26.3
way my
seconds.
best circuit. He says, as he drifts horrendously wide. And he's now side by side with Piastri
Okay,
again.
expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Okay, 10 to 15 minutes for the rain. That's probably not soon enough for those medium runners. Piastri's still on my outside here. Now gives up the position. That's probably not soon enough for the medium runners. I think the medium drivers pit before the rain. And then the rain comes. And I don't think we'll need to pit. You're absolutely right. The rain may well come at the opportune moment for us. I just got a little bit excited at that radio call. We might be on for something special here. tummy's already killing me though. Actually with DRS having a look. Tyre switch back. Although that is now going to give him the inside line. Not that it matters because he's too fast for me and he's already got the racing line anyway. I'm right up his back bottom. And with DRS we should take P3 back again. This is now going to become a bit of a yo-yo battle between myself and Oscar, I feel. Because I'm not quite fast enough to break DRS. Nor have I got enough battery to adequately defend long term. The Ferrari is still just kind of holding that gap at 6.5-ish seconds. So at the moment, I couldn't tell you how this race is going to end. I couldn't tell you how this race is going to pan out for the next 10 laps with that rain coming, let alone all the way to the end. We are very nearly at a third race distance though. Yeah, whether I'm competitive in the rain is absolutely a different story. The change for the lead. Leclerc and Sainz are battling, which is bringing them back towards us. Hi, boys! We are coming for you. Case of whether we can get there or not. Oh, I nearly did it again.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.3 seconds.
Remember earlier when I said Piastri and I should work together to drop Zhou Guanyu and he can be a rear gunner with those medium tyres on? Guess what's happening? Zhou Guanyu is now out of DRS range behind, but because he's out of DRS range behind, he's vulnerable to those cars that are behind him. And Sergio Perez has just taken him.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
And that is what we didn't need, because that will bring Sergio Perez back towards us, because Zhou surely doesn't have the pace to keep up with the Red Bull, and Sergio Perez may well close us down. Still working with Piastri, DRSing off each other, not really battling to fight with Piastri to stay in P3. Quite happy to yo-yo with him to continue to try and at least gap that gaggle behind. Rest of the field behind is all spanned and opened out now, but I think there must have been some pit stops in there surely for that to happen. No, just Yuki going soft to medium. The rest are just opening up. K-Mag has gone from 12th to 19th, so that's not really going to help, and he's dropped significantly behind as well. Kevin Magnussen is quite possibly the worst teammate we could possibly have asked for here at Haas. He's not very good. Maybe, hopefully, post-patch, he'll actually be decent. But it'll probably swing. Post-patch, K-Mag will be decent, and I'll turn into the rubbish one. Hello, Ferrari. 3.5 seconds.
Time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
So Leclerc back in P1 again. expect you actually to take the fastest lap soon on those fresh mediums. Although probably you would have taken it by now already. Let's ask about the weather.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay,
Still
dry
10
seems
to
like the best
15
tyre
minutes.
for now.
That rain is not coming anytime soon. Might screw us. It might land just after our lap 30 pit stop, which would suck.
Okay,
But we'll wait and see how it pans out.
3.1 seconds.
Salut Finn, thanks for the follow, Daddy. Welcome to the channel, mate. Daddy looks suit. Daddy looks suit. They power out that with battery. I can't do that, I haven't got the rear traction. Appreciate it, Logie Bogey. Thanks for the support, mate. Glad you enjoy the videos, dude. Sainz taking the lead of the race once more. Oh, his tyres are not having fun. This just reiterates how bad those medium tyres must be by now. My front left is at 31%. So what's the Ferrari's mediums at? And Zhou Guanyu's behind. He's lost another position to Lando Norris now, Zhou Guanyu. He is tumbling, but not quite as quick as I thought he might do. Max Verstappen is now free of the entirety of that back train, coming down into turn one, and will now surely start to close up on the back of the group behind us. Don't rule Max Verstappen or Fernando Alonso out of a very strong finish here.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds.
George Russell not having a stronger race. I presume it's Fernando behind Max, actually. It may well be Lance, and Fernando's still languishing a little bit further back. I've made a presumption there. I'm not having to make a presumption about the fact that we are within DRS range of the Ferrari now.
Just over 10 minutes time.
Rain in 10 minutes, the clouds are building, and we might just be about to take the net lead of the race. I cannot reiterate to you how track specific this is. It's actually crazy how much stronger for some reason I am at China than I am literally anywhere else. Switch back on. Leclerc maybe. Nope.
Gap to your teammate behind, 40.0 seconds.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm here, Charles. Don't hit me. Thank you. Oh, God. I need to not hit him, too. He's going to get me here. And then I'm going to switch. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo-esque. Lick the stamp and send it, son. That was a sweet move. Ooh-wee. That was so good. I need to watch that again. How did it look from the broadcast? That was a sensational move. Letting Charles get slightly ahead and then 1, 2, 3 switch to the inside and slam on the anchors, get the move done. Didn't actually look that glorious on board like that. How did it look off board like this? Well, on broadcast like that. How did it look off board like this? And a switch just at the right time. That must have been so close. So close. to the back of his car. Oh, man! Holy moly! Holy moly! Such are the narrow margins in Formula 1. I could have timed that. That's the difference between the sprint one and this one. The sprint one I timed incorrectly. This one I timed, you'd argue, to perfection. Look how close the finlet on the left-hand side of the end plate is to the back of Charles Leclerc's tyre. There are millimetres in that. That's possibly one of the best overtakes I've ever made. I think that deserves a thumbnail, don't you? But how do I position it well enough to get said thumbnail? That's the question. Kind of want that, but further to the right. You reckon from the back? I guess I could flip the image, couldn't I? Let's do that. I'll flip the image. Oh, dearie me. Right, off we go. Feel free to not include the thumbnail getting in the footage, Chris. Am I maybe just within DRS range of Carlos Sainz there? I just slammed my foot to the floor and hoped that the car stuck, trying to catapult myself into within a second of Carlos Sainz, which worked. Piastri's gone. Perez is even further behind. Zhou Guanyu really has tumbled now. And I think the Ferrari might be in on lap 23 or 24, you know. At least one of them. The rain is still a little way out as well.
We think we might see
Still 15 minutes.
about 15 minutes.
I don't think that's actually going to work for us anymore.
Fastest tyre at the moment.
I mean, it might do, considering we're going to be the ones on the mediums and they're going to be on the hards and we'll have the pace advantage. But at the minute, they're going to undercut me and all of us on hards are going to have to stop to go to the rain. What I could do, it would be a risk though, because if the rain doesn't come hard enough to warrant a pit stop for Inters.
Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on.
I mean, I'll try. But what I could do, if we believe the rain is going to come hard enough to warrant a change in tyre, I could pit with the Ferrari, pit with them for a softer compound, to then also undercut everyone else around us on a hard who we believe is going to have to pit before the rain in the same scenario as we are currently, and then have the net lead of the race before the rain. But it would be a massive risk,
Losing some tyre grip anytime now.
because if I make the change to go to mediums this early and the rain doesn't come hard enough to warrant us needing a pit stop, I will need to stop again for another set of tyres. And will have thrown away a potential race win or podium. So live chat are going to help decide that with me. Do I copy the Ferrari, chat? Or do I stick to what we were planning on doing originally and going to lap 30 on these hards and then stopping for the mediums and just dealing with the rain when it gets here?
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Chat, box early, quite simply, yes, no.
that rain is inbound and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes till the rain.
5 minutes till. I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to switch to the outside again and then go for a switchback. I'm not going to have the traction though, I don't think. 5 minutes till the rain now. So scratch that idea of pitting when the Ferrari do. If the rain comes in 5 minutes, then it should fall about our pit stop.
Okay, so we're leading up to
It's an absolute mystery at the minute.
6.2 seconds.
As things stand, the rain is going to dictate who wins this race. And I think the Ferrari might be hanging it out until the rain. It's something that they weren't intelligent enough to do in previous games, but maybe they are intelligent enough to do it on this game. This I'm going to use all my battery here. I think Sainz might pit this lap. Let's take the lead the race.
Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down.
I think the Ferraris might be pitting very soon. If they do, I'm thrilled. Sainz continues, Leclerc continues. They might stay out till the rain.
5 minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Looks like everybody is waiting for that rain before they pit. And K-Mag is now last. Yuki Tsunoda has taken him with his fresh medium tyres, and K-Mag is last by a long way. Oh, Kevin, what are we to do with you? Purple middle sector? Jeez Louise. As the fuel burns off, the lap times are plummeting. But the gaps are growing. That's Carlos Sainz out of DRS range. Their medium tyres can't cope with our hards right now. We are in a very strong position to win this Chinese Grand Prix as we approach half race distance. But the rain could change everything. This could be insane. I don't understand what it is with me and China. Something about me and this track just click, and I've no idea what it is. Yeah, but being first to judge when it's right to come in isn't necessarily a good thing. If I get it wrong, everyone else stays out longer. They all gain on me. But that said, Charles Leclerc's in the pits. He's taken the gamble. He's going to box. Just as we're discussing with live chat about what the scenario is with rain and who's in control of the storyline, Charles Leclerc gets his pen out and says, I'm pitting, tick that box. Charles Leclerc trying to write his own story here. Zhou Guanyu, I believe. Actually, no, that's probably Bottas actually in the further back. Kick Sauber also boxing. Oh, I don't know. I imagine Sainz is going to box then this lap. And by that, I would go as far as to say that the AI still make poor decisions when it comes to changeable weather conditions. If the rain is coming imminently, then Charles Leclerc should have just hung it out until the rain arrives. Why pit for another set of dry tyres 2 laps before the rain's here? Just wait. Charles has gone to hards. Charles Leclerc on a hard tyre. I'm actually going to report that. Call it AI weather-related decision-making. Does this make sense? I've said, my China race has rain coming halfway through, but the default strategy was only dry tyres, understandably. However, obviously when you're getting radio calls like rain is coming imminently, the thing to do is to hang it out until the rain, but the AI stick to their fully dry strategy and disregard any change in forecast and pit for new dry tyres 2 laps before the rain hits. Okay, so I've just had clearance to show you this on stream literally now. This is what's coming, or part of what's coming. Reiterate, part of what's coming for the patch for F124 in the upcoming, very imminent patch. Can't give you a time frame, but soon. Fixed time model response to rapidly changing slip and angle ratio. Adjusted slip curves for post-peak fall-off load sensitivity and camber effects to work with the slip response fix. Thermal tyre model adjustments for high temperature behaviour, ABS, traction control and gamepad controls tuned to suit that new tyre model, improved power unit balance in 7th and 8th gear ratios matched to 2024 race data, revised suspension kinematics to reflect the 2024 car designs, performance of several teams adjusted to fit results and changes seen in the 2024 season up to and including the most recent Monaco Grand Prix. So team balancing with regards to the performance index will be bang up to date if the patch comes pre-Canada, or as close to up to date as is humanly possible if it comes slightly post-Canada. And the ERS bug fix for the MG UK Talk, a new calibration of hot lap mode energy use at all tracks, is also fixed. There are a number more patch additions coming as well that I can't share with you at the moment, but rest assured they're also good. But they are the handling related changes coming very soon. I'm going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it. Beep, 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 beep. Tweet. Posted. I'd appreciate retweets on that if you don't mind. That'd be lovely. I'm sure Reese will see the tweet that I've literally just sent. And continuing on. Safe to presume then that Carlos Sainz is going to box this lap.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change.
That would be lovely, please. My rear tyres don't like it. Sainz continues. Intriguing.
Okay, track
So
conditions
perhaps
aren't
Carlos...
improving.
Rain.
It's
I
more
just
sure
saw
that you
raindrops.
want to fit full wets next time you come in.
Full wets? Full wets? Full wets are inters. They're talking about full wets. I need to ask about what tyres to change to. We're obviously going to need to change. I'm going to up my wing angle to 41, which is what we used in quali, but I don't know what sort of tyre compound to go to. They're talking about moving to full wets. I imagine Inters is the play.
So we've got
Oh,
25
wrong one.
laps of
Wrong
fuel
one.
remaining.
Talk to me about the tyres. Ah, do it down the straight, Ches. I'm sliding. Here, there, and everywhere. Tyre status.
Okay, even though we're seeing cars start to struggle in these conditions, if we pit for Inters now, we're going to be too slow and we'll burn them out. Make the best of it for the time being.
Oh. I'll ask about weather specifically.
Okay, conditions are going to keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now is what they're telling me as I come down the straight. So for one more lap, I'll stay out. Oh, it is slippy though. They're staying out too. Oh, it's slippy, it's so slippy. DRS still enabled at this particular moment in time.
At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Dry is still the fastest tyre apparently, but is the rain going to fall hard enough at some point to warrant a change? Or are we just going to tiptoe our way through this and not stop? I am not dealing well with this. There's other cars in the box, but they might be pitting for dry tyres as per Charles Leclerc. DRS disabled. I think they're in for Inters.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
The whole, yeah, because the other kick Sauber's in as well. The time is now. They're both in. Both kick Saubers are in, which says to me that they're changing. Question is it Inters or is it wets? At the moment, I'd say Inters for sure. Hopefully they'll talk to me and tell me about something.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
We can ask what other, or see what other drivers are doing via the race director, but you can see the lack of grip. The car just doesn't stop anymore. And the rain is pouring off the tyres. You can see it on the front tyres, that haze. Let's ask again.
Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Set intermediates.
Okay, fitting intermediate tyres next.
And we are boxing this lap.
It's currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out.
No, pit box is not currently full. Oh my god, the car doesn't stop. Am I going to keep the lead? Am I going to be the first driver into the pits? I am. But I'm squirming all over the place. We're in.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Oh man, this is so slippery. Stop, no speeding pen, we're in. Lando Norris continues because Piastri pits. Lando's race surely ruined. McLaren choosing not to double stack. Red Bull choosing not to double stack. Sacrificing Max Verstappen in favour of Sergio Perez.
Okay, off we go. Back into the race. Perfect job from you and the
Here we
crew
go.
there, mate. We're delighted with that. Up to speed
Alonso
now. Let's get
also
some
not
heat to those
pit.
tyres.
Also on hards. Staying on hards, Alonso, because Lance Stroll pit. I was too busy looking at the minimap. So game on then. Here we go. We don't know how long the rain is going to last, but for the next foreseeable, we are on intermediate tyres. Hoi, steady. I am on controller clear. Yes, thank you for the follow, mate. Oh, hi, Fernando. Should have anticipated Fernando Alonso being significantly slower there. and not glanced at the streaming software. Yikes! We're up to P3. Sainz actually lost the position to... Well, Sainz lost 2 positions there. Lost the position to Perez and to Piastri. Oh my lord. This is just pure chaos now. We've got 1.7 second gap to Piastri. We're about to take the lead of the race again. But...
No need
Sorry,
to worry
to
about
Perez.
the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
But... I don't know if I have pace in the wet or not. I don't know if I'm faster in the wet or whether I'm horrendously slow in the wet. I do not understand why I'm so much quicker at China than any other track on the game. It doesn't make any sense. But I'll take it.
Okay, push. Gap to the car.
Pushing, Mark. Leave me alone.
5 seconds.
Holy moly. Hello, Chris. How are you, mate? Oi, oi, oi. It's a sprint race too, so there's been an extra 19 laps before this one. So unfortunately, this is going to be a little bit longer to edit, I'm afraid. 2 qualifying sessions and 2 races, but still more entertaining, hopefully. Ay, ay, ay. It's fine by me, no worries. Okay, cool. Although, if I'm just faster at the moment, then this might be race over in terms of actual needing to do anything. Because I might just lead from lap 31 to 56 and win the bloody race. Alternatively, I might not. We'll find out together! Hey, Brown. We're alright. Gonna have to start using my battery, I think. Hi, Checo. Hello, mate.
right tyres at the moment.
I agree. Yeah, 95. AI's at 95. This makes my AI for the command, or difficulty for everything. Holy moly. I'm concentrating like a mother humper right now, and I've only got half a second in my back pocket. Go away, Sergio, leave me alone. Please. I wouldn't say it's close to full wets yet. There's not a lot of standing water. We're getting there, but I don't think we will get to that stage. At some point, a drier line will start to form, like we saw in Australia. But at the minute, that drier line isn't here. And in Australia, when that drier line did start to form, we found some pace as the tyres gripped up a bit. So I had a bit more mechanical grip. I found my pace going up. I don't know how long this rain is going to last for. I will ask in a moment to try and find out, because I want to get back to dries as soon as possible.
So the rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while. Be careful.
And just like magic, it's going to ease off, but not dry yet. I imagine if I asked about the weather, he'd give me that exact same message. So there you go. For the time being, we are on inters until future notice, but we know from the forecast that it will dry up before the end, so we will be on medium tyres before the end of the race.
Okay to use your overtake button.
Just need Sergio Perez to leave me alone between now and then. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now.
Hopefully, when the handling patch and the AI patch comes, we'll be able to go back up to the 105 difficulty we were racing on 23. But at the minute, I'm not that quick. I'd use the wheel all the time, Chris, if it went for the ME. I'd have the rig out for every single Grand Prix like every other F1 content creator. Unfortunately, it's just not possible for me, but I do need to get the new wheel that EA just sent set up onto the play seat, so that when we do decide to either bring it out for F1 24 or do a little bit more iRacing, that I'm on the direct drive wheel, not just the CSL Elite, which is in itself a very good wheel, but belt driven, not a direct drive. If I really click with the direct drive wheel, then I'll probably sell that CSL Elite wheel base and pedals, to be honest. What were you at on 23, Reese? 106 or 107? Or 110? Maxed out. I'm definitely slower on the wheel, I know that much for sure. That's been the case in previous years. The Logitech wheels are great entry wheels to the whole arena of sim racing. I'd say if you're willing to forego a month's worth of editing fee, you could have the CSL Elite, but can't really pay the bills with a racing wheel, can you? I'm sure the wife would be like... And we're eating Tesco value crisps today because you wanted a wheel. Yeah, I'd buy food, but look. Think of all the weight we'll lose by not eating and having the exercise of driving a wheel and pedal setup. Unbelievable, Jeff. You make a valid point. I'm pretty sure whenever we've gone to events, like at Williams and the one in Monaco, it's been a direct drive wheel, and they have felt really good. I just hope I don't need a different play seat to utilise it. Because I don't know whether it would be too strong for the play seat or too heavy for the play seat that I've currently got. You've got box standard PS wheel and it doesn't cut the mustard, no. The Logitech, they bought a new one, didn't they? It was a few years ago, mine. G923 with the True Force is a decent entry point. You can always pick them up second hand for a decent price. So far in those 6 laps since we mentioned about not really having anything happen worth putting in a video, nothing really worth putting in a video has happened until that.
So let's have a big push and use it all up.
Drain it to 74%. Yeah, comfortably done, mate. There's a 1.3 kilometre straight. I'll just do that in about 4 seconds time, if you don't mind. By lap 42. Well, there's something to put in the video from this moment onwards. At the moment, we are keeping pace, or maintaining pace, in P1. The gap to Lewis, which is the one that I've been keeping an eye on as a genuine idea of whether I do or don't have pace, the gap to Lewis has grown. Perez has been basically with me the whole time. Piastri's been basically with him. And Sainz has been basically a couple of seconds back the whole time as well. But that dry line that we mentioned about arriving in Australia, where we found a little bit more grip and found a bit more pace, is starting to reveal itself here, as you can see here. Offline, look, you can see the standing water, whereas there is now a very obvious racing line developing. Hopefully that means we'll have an uptick in pace. The lap times have gone from the 48s to the 47s, so we are seeing an uptick in pace, but equally at the minute, so is everybody else, so it's not working in our favour. The rain will eventually stop. We will go back to dry tyres before the end of the Grand Prix, but I just don't know when that will be.
Left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
Mark seems to know when that's going to be, though. 10 minutes time or so. Concentrate, Jess. Tyres are wearing quite high on the rear because we're just slipping and sliding everywhere. Temps are fine though, but wear is not a concern because we will take them off before the end of the race, but wear will become a bit of an issue slightly later in this wet spell. We'll be able to keep this set on until we go back to dries. I don't know what the other drivers' rear tyres will be doing. I presume they're doing something similar, although I'd imagine that my wear is definitely higher than theirs. We were in the 48s for time, then the 47s. That was just the 46.5. The lap times are coming down, and then as soon as the rain dries up, it won't be long before we're back on dry tyres again, I'm sure of it. And as we suspected, when this drier line appears, my pace takes an uptick. I'm definitely better in drying conditions than I am in straight up, out and out wet conditions.
Okay,
He says,
doing well
as he
out
goes
there.
deep
Keep it
and
up. We're looking at
overruns
about
himself.
10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Come on, says. Hold on. Ha! Hang on, let me read that in a minute, Aya. How far above current ability would you set AI for a new player, as in setting it higher initially rather than constantly changing it as you improve? I'd say try 5. Try 5 higher. If 5 higher takes you into the next band above of the sets of difficulty levels, then go to the top of that difficulty level. They're split into segments, aren't they? Like legendary, master, etc., etc. So say in my example, I'm at, or was at 94. I wouldn't go to 99 because 95 was the next step up into the next bracket. So I just went to 95.
Let's use overtake and burn
And then
off some of this energy.
you try it from there. And then if you're still too quick, go to the 5 again, and then maybe work your way backwards. The best thing to do, I guess, is to set it until it's too difficult for you to even be remotely competitive, and then work your way back from there till you feel like it's a challenge, but you're still enjoying the gameplay. You won back-to-back races as a Williams driver. What's your current difficulty set to, AJ? And out of curiosity, Aya as well. 97? Motherfucker. On 23, we were on 105 difficulty and felt like we could be competitive at it. But obviously with a new game and the as of yet unfinalised but soon to be finalised handling, had to significantly drop the difficulty level. Hopefully we'll be able to go back up to 105 after the next patch, but see what we can do. Oh, you're on a wheel as well, are you, AJ? Nice. No one likes to sit up. Oh yeah, that'll be why. Controller players are having to play a lot slower. If you've switched from controller to wheel, then yeah, you'll get the uptick. Controller inherently is just about a second slower. Even someone like Razin that won a Creator Series Championship on controller would tell you that at the minute controller pace is about a second a lap slower than wheel. But hopefully once the patch comes, in the indefinite future, wink, then that will be a thing in the past.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Can confirm controller is slower, rip my feels. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, mate. I always used to race at 100. And then for Creator Series, I ended up putting in a lot of practice at every track and found significant pace at every track. Just from doing the sheer amount of practice and setup tweaks as well. Setup makes a massive difference. And then I was able to up the difficulty considerably. Oi, oi. Ha! Right, no panic. Yeah, Sector 2 is a weird one. The way the AI use and don't use their ERS at the minute is quite significantly bugged. And the way they are able to get traction out of some corners but not out of others is significantly bugged. As we work our way into the third sector, the gap to Perez grows by like 4/10, and then as we work our way onto the main straight, it comes back down by about 4/10. Just because I'm better under braking. Like that just jumped by 4/10 there, 1.9 to 2.5. Then we get on the power, and that gap will close, 2.4, 2.2, 2.1. It's really, really strange. It's just how balked the gameplay is at the minute, but obviously we anticipate that being fixed with the patch that's soon to arrive. It's crazy though, they just opened up to 3 seconds. And then by the time we get here, 2.8, and by the time we get to the main straight, we'll be back down again. Because I just cannot get the power on here the same way that they can. 7, 2.6, 2.5, using all my battery. We reiterate, it's very much track specific, this. I'm on the same difficulty that I finished 10th in 2 races and 13th in the last one, although that was with a mistake. But I was battling for 10th with the AI in their current state. I kind of did balk Japan. I might have done a whoopsie in the sprint race for this as well, to be fair. But if it's just an annoying little mistake, I'll flashback it. If it's something that would actually make good content, then I won't flashback it and I'll just own the mistake. I did get good dive bomb on Ocon though in the last chicane on the last lap. Did that make up for it? Not really, it says. Yeah, or a mistake made whilst reading chat or otherwise distracted. Yeah, that we flashback, because obviously I'm trying to make content and be entertaining and be quick. They don't all necessarily go hand in hand. 10th is still high. You're right, IB. But in Bahrain, I was at 96 and effectively a pit stop behind everyone else pace-wise. So I dropped it to 95, literally just one lower, and then I'm finishing 10th. So, I don't know. Oh, I'm definitely going to lap Kevin. Kevin! Max's contract is up the end of 25, I think. Yeah, currently. It might just have been that Bahrain was... Well, it's one of my weaker tracks anyway.
I think we're still the right tyres for the time being.
So it might just been that Bahrain was just... I was super uncompetitive at still getting used to the handling, and now as I get more and more used to the handling, I can consider upping the difficulty again. But with the patch coming quite soon, it seems silly to change things when I'm only going to be changing things again in an unknown, to an unknown extent,
Use your overtake button
in
more.
the
It's time to utilise some of this
relatively
energy. Come on.
not too distant future. If you guys in chat, and subsequently those who watch in the YouTube comments obviously, would like me to up the difficulty to 96 for the next race, then I'm happy to do so and run what we ran in Bahrain. The next race is Miami though. Then do be aware that Miami AI currently are broken AF and are crazy quick. So Miami might stay at 95, but I'd be happy to try 96 for the next race if it isn't Miami. If you might like me to. Like broken bad, as in they're crazy fast. Right, should we do a piece to camera for like the 3rd time in 14 laps? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it has officially stopped raining. We should be on a dry track quite soon. The dry line has disappeared because now the whole track is at that level of dampness. The standing water has gone and dried up. We've got 4.5 second gap behind us now. I'm coming up to lap my teammate, which does happen in real life on the odd occasion and is very embarrassing for the teammate that's getting lapped. Waiting to hear the call. I mean, my lap times haven't really changed. We're still in the mid 46s.
It's still not a perfect
As where
situation,
disappears.
but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
No, but I don't think it's going to be long. But the soft tire, I don't think the soft tyres last that well at all. I feel like even though there's 10, 11 laps, including the one we're on, to go, I'd probably be inclined still to switch to a new medium than to a soft. I don't feel like a soft... Well, it depends what the others do. Not that I'll have the chance to decide, because
4.6 seconds.
I'm the one that's going to have to make the initial call. Unless other drivers make the call further around the lap, whilst I'm like halfway round and the back markers start making the call, then I'm going to have to make a decision as to whether to go to softs or mediums. I think the softs are obviously the faster tyre on a single lap, but they die. You saw in qualifying just how quickly they die. So I think mediums, unless there's 6 or 7 laps left, I think the mediums are the plan. Oh my lord. We are coming up to lap our teammate though. Hopefully he doesn't emphatic us. Flashbacks to last season's Creator Series here in China. But to be fair, I wasn't on the receiving end of that. It was others that got caught out by Fabio. Kevin! Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. C'est. That is us lapping our teammate. K-Mag gonna K-Mag, and me in China gonna me in China. I could have... Well, I have put in performances on this difficulty level at multiple tracks previous and struggled to get into the points. Then in China, win, mate. Although, we do have to factor in the fact that Fernando Alonso, George Russell, and more importantly, Max Verstappen started at the back of the grid because of their blunder in qualifying. And that's a big factor in this as well. Something that actually to this point had slipped my mind. I'd completely forgotten that they balked qualifying and started so low down. So that obviously is a massive factor in why we're doing what we're doing also. You'd have to let me know in the YouTube comment section if you think I should up the difficulty to 96 again like we had in Bahrain, where I came 19th, then I'm happy to do so. Or if I'm just a Chinese master, then I'm just a Chinese master. And I'll probably be rubbish at the next race on 95. We'll just have to play it by ear. Maybe I do the next race on 95. And then see where I am. And if I'm considerably faster again, then we're like, okay, let's up it. That's the thing though, because the AI is so balked, you can't, there's no middle ground at the minute. You're either too quick or too slow. I do agree though, you're right. I should be struggling to get anywhere near the points for now. But because the AI are the way that they are, it is difficult to find that middle ground. Because either you're so slow that you can't keep up, or they're all just clumped together in a DRS train, taking time off each other hand over fist, and you just close up super easily and just hang on the back of them. We did find, though, in Australia and Jeddah, that whilst they had the pace to stick with those that were in the bottom end of the points, at no point did I really stand a chance of overtaking them. Which says to me that if the AI weren't ripping themselves to shreds, taking time off themselves, then I would be further down. Forgot what it was on track for a minute. Exactly, and even if it did overtake them, why not create enough distance to open up to break DRS? We're still seeing spray come out behind us at the minute, so I'm not contemplating pitting for dry tyres at the moment, and no one behind me has either. So I'm still confident we're on the right tyre for the time being, but the further we go towards the end of the race, the more likely it is that we go to a soft rather than a medium. But I am struggling at the minute for any sort of grip here. The rear is sliding, the front is understeering. We are all over the shop, Jeff. It's going to be dry very soon.
Just a reminder, mate, temperatures are vital for tyre wear, so try to keep them green, please.
Oh, I hadn't noticed my tyre temps. Thank you for that, Mark. Yes, rears are overheating and other drivers are in the box. Other drivers are in the box. The time is now. But what are they going to? That's the question. Are they going to softs or are they going to mediums? In real life, I'd be able to ask. Obviously, in game, I can't, so I have to pause. They are going to mediums or hards. In Zhou Guan Yu's case, unfortunately for him. They are going to mediums. So, do I do the same? Or do I whack a set of softs on and hope that they last 8 laps, which they probably won't? Chat, use your emotes. Question, considering the AI/game issues ATM, maybe adding to your progression, will you maybe second think accepting a big team in advances if they come in off the back of your points said? Yeah, no, absolutely. I won't just be like, I'll do it now, and jump straight to a higher ranking team. I might take a sideways step and go from like Haas to Williams, perhaps. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go to Ferrari now because I scored points on a Haas. Like, I'll try and keep it. Realistic. Right, setting then. A new set of medium tyres as my next compound. I'll come out 5th at the moment, but obviously everybody behind us is going to box this lap as well. So, boys and girls, burn your battery. Box right now. DRS now re-enabled. Still a little bit of spray offline, but on the racing line, nothing. And that's a new addition this year as well, with the way that the weather is differing across the track surface. It's the first time actually I've been able to visually show you that. Look, you see the spray builds up there, but on the racing line it dies off.
DRS is now enabled.
That's much more visible and comfortably seen this year than in previous. So we're going to go to mediums. Although we're pitting a lap later than those that also went to mediums. So praying that those behind me don't now a lap later go to softs. If they do, I might be screwed. Perez mediums. Thank the Lord for that.
Right, let's go. Come on.
Sainz gone to the hard tyre. That's unfortunate for him.
Okay,
Unlucky. Bye.
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving.
Now the most important thing here, whilst the track is still damp elsewhere, offline, is to stay on the racing line. Because if I go off the racing line, I'm going to pick up water on my tyres, my temperatures are going to plummet, and my car is not going to drive very well. So it is really important for the next couple of laps to thread the needle until that water has completely evaporated away. But at the minute, we have a 6-second advantage to Sergio Perez. And I just noticed I've still got my battery turned on. Which is not going to help, because now I've only got 9% of it, and Sergio's going to come and close me down. Yikes. 7 laps to go, 8 including the one that we're on, between us and a personal best finish. Let's put it that way for the time being. Gaining much battery back here at all either.
Just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I can see it top left, thank you. The hard is a great race tyre this year, you're right, at most tracks. And I really like that actually for the first time in what might even be ever, they seem to have accurately replicated which tyres work at which track. It's not just the case that the soft is the fastest everywhere and the medium is probably the best race tyre and the hard is dead and unusable. It differs. Right, was it Bahrain or Jeddah? One of the two, where, might have been Bahrain, where the medium tyre only did 1 lap more than the soft. And I love that. It's going to add a completely different complexity to the way that you drive each track and the way that strategies work at each track. Which is such a welcome addition. I'm sure as soon as they, with this patch, nail the handling, this could be such an advancement on 23 and be so much more fun. And we loved 23. And I think ultimately we're going to adore 24 as well. And that should be happening very soon. '23 was great as a viewer and as a driver as well. I loved 23. It was such an advancement on 22 and really almost anything that had come before it. It was so good. It's a shame that 23 had such little advancements or no advancements in career mode. If 23 had had this sort of advancement with driver career mode, it'd be the best F1 game ever, hands down. For me, it's my favourite F1 game of all time. Hello, Curbs. And if it had this, then that would have been even more cemented. And your fastest lap of the race, thank you very much. George Russell just set a 35-something. Never mind, Sergio Perez just set a 34.6. He just pissed on my party, didn't he? Bloody hell. Sergio Perez wants this win. 5 laps to go, 3.5 seconds, and he just put in a lap time that was 0.6 faster than me. And Russell's just set a 34.4 as well. They're quicker than me. Significantly quicker than me. I am not safe. But I haven't used any battery, or rephrase, I haven't used any overtake button on those laps, which will have made a big difference. Because I kind of wasted it all accidentally coming out of the pits. So don't worry about it. I think we'll be fine. Fernando, 34.3. See, like, if Fernando Alonso didn't start 19th, he'd have been challenging for a win here. Insert Jaws music. Insert copyright strike. As Joe was like 12th? Joe's 10th. He's currently on for a point at the minute in the Sauber with a hard tyre. GG. Perez with a 34.3. That was 0.4 faster than me that lap. He's come in. But laps might just run out for him, I hope. 4 to go.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
I will do when I need to. Thank you. Steady. Steady. Burn, baby, burn. It's going third. Oh. Use that batterer. Ooh, into the 33s, they say. We found some pace at the end of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, you might be looking at your Chinese Grand Prix winner. 3 laps to go. Just give me the light. Just give me the light and we got to go. I don't know the lyrics. I don't really notice. Although Nat loves Sean Paul, and we did go and see him last year before. We did go and see Sean Paul in Nottingham at Rock City, not at Rock City, at what's it called, Motorpoint Arena, and he actually was very good. I'll give him his shoes. He actually was very good. Shunderpoil. He just did a Tiny Desk concert, did he? Agreed. If Jahid has said with 2 laps to go, nice win, Ches, congrats, and my gearbox gives out on lap 56, I will fly the other side of the planet and throw his shoes into the ocean. I think you're in Belize, right, Jahid? In the Caribbean. Ah. You are in Belize. I thought I was right. Oh, I was looking at you talk about that, ads, and then nearly fucking didn't it. Concentrate, cheese, Lloyd. Don't make me get my big scary teacher voice out. Quiet! Well, as we start our final lap here at the Shanghai International Circuit.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Through a significant number of circumstances that are considerably out of my control, we look like we're going to win the Chinese Grand Prix. On the same difficulty setting that we struggled to a P10 in Jeddah, we struggled to a P10 in Australia, and we struggled to compete for a P10 in Japan until I bottled it, we're going to win the race? What? I am a Chinese wizard, apparently. If it's Miami next, I'm definitely not upping the difficulty back to 96. If it's not Miami next, then maybe I'll up the difficulty to 96, and we'll start to considerably, progressively, make the difficulty harder as we go through. Obviously, that may well change when the patch comes that we've mentioned a few times in today's episode. And hopefully when the patch comes, we will be able to considerably up the difficulty back to about the 105 that we were at on F123. Because that would be great. Realistically, in this Haas, I should be challenging to make it into the points. If you look at Nico Hulkenberg IRL, he is challenging to make it into the points most weeks. That's what I should be looking to do in this save. And ultimately, really, that's what we have done in this save. This is a bit of an exception, however.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Very lovely drive. On to the next one. All right, can you tell the Cody's... Can you tell the Cody's office is in Birmingham, can you? Slightly, just slightly obvious there, isn't it, with the radio calls? George Russell's your driver of the day. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Did he make it into the points? I don't think he did, actually.
Victory in Shanghai. Oh,
I'm unfortunately skipping that first bit because
having secured the win here this
copyright,
weekend,
but
and drivers are
we'll
making
enjoy
their
this
way
for the
out
time being
with
until
podium
music kicks in.
celebrations as we speak.
B1! B1! On's the podium, on's the top step. Ready? 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 Hey, shake it one more time. Get the champagne out. Way. Etc. etc. Please don't copyright strike me.
Well,
That
what an end
shouldn't
to
have
another
happened.
Fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to
And,
everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for
I
the
don't
next
think
one.
it'll happen again for a very long time in this save. But, yeah, that's the thing. We will try our best to ensure that that doesn't happen again. Oh my god. Apparently I was very focused there today. Oh. How have I not got more recognition than Kevin Magnussen after winning a bloody Grand Prix? Give me strength. Please. Please give me strength. Ah, is it Miami next? I can't remember the calendar, to be honest. There's so many bloody Grand Prix. I can't remember. If it's Miami next, we'll leave it on 95 because they are unbelievable at Miami, the AI, at the moment until the patch. If the patch comes in the meantime, then I'll change it. Secret meeting number 2. Secret meeting number 2. What is the next race? Is Miami. Secret meeting number 2. Williams. Now, Williams, I would be intrigued to go into, actually. They have a decent car. Now, the question is, if I continue talks with Williams, will Haas find out about it? I hope not. I'm going to continue talks. We shall meet again, Mr. Williams Ambassador.
And I'm delighted to say that the team are none the wiser about us chatting with anyone else. And the meeting went well, too. I know. I'm amazing. You're welcome.
The team don't know. Our reputation is preserved. And cable assembly passed. Hallelujah! We've got some more resource points. It's Miami next.
Okay, all the new
I might
parts
do...
been
I tell you what I might do
fabricated
is a
and we'll have them with us for
test...
the next Grand Prix.
Actually, with the sprint, we can test it. I'll do it on 95 on the sprint. If the sprint is still too strong, then I'll up it for the main race, because I believe there's a sprint in Miami as well. So we can deal with it. We can deal with it. We are, to be fair, level with Alpine and VCarb, very close to Sauber, and not far behind Williams in terms of competitiveness. So the fact that we challenged for points in every other race so far this season actually is probably about right. But obviously the P1 stands out a little bit, doesn't it? So we'll put all our old components on for the next Grand Prix. I'll actually have a look and see if there's anything we can upgrade for now with our nigh on near 1,000 resource points. Can I wanted to do chassis, actually. Drag reduction still is unavailable. Wait, oh, K-Mag's actually... That's the one I was waiting for, and K-Mag's already jumped on it. Tie wear I'm apprehensive to do because of previous bugs with gameplay, but we don't yet know if that's fixed or not. Weight reduction we could do. Front wing flap is very expensive, and I'd rather probably wait for a discount on that. So what we'll do is weight reduction. The lighter your car, the faster your car. That's the be-all and end-all, basically. So let's work on weight reduction, and then we'll do some front wing downforce with our next one, perhaps. But for now, that is going to be all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. I think it's worth a like. A win. Don't you? I think even if I crashed out, that overtake on Charles Leclerc I think deserved a like. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Come and join me on stream. We will tweak the difficulty. That won't happen again. It probably won't happen again even if I didn't change the difficulty, because apparently I'm a wizard at China. But we'll see what happens in Miami next time out. Join me for it. Hopefully, I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Holy moly. The secret meeting is secret this time. Which it wasn't last time, apparently. We got lucky with that. Right. Curbs sent me an invite. Unfortunately, I can't join him. However, I will send you over to him to join him for now. Go and join Curbs. Send him our love. Go and show him some fantastic support. Join him on his Williams career mode journey. Although at the minute, he's doing some online lobbies actually. So go and join him with the online lobbies. Might be open, not sure. Definitely more Williams career mode in his stream coming. But that's all from me for today. I'll do the channel points. Don't worry. Choose outcome, PA to hire. Don't worry. It always gets done. You never miss out on your points. Don't you worry, son. Let me delete that. Let me dismiss that. And at the minute, it's not letting me send you to Curbs. So that's good, isn't it? Okay, well, oh no. In 7 seconds, I can send you to Rage Curbs. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Your support is, as ever, very much wholeheartedly appreciated. Go and join Curbs, send him our love, and I will see you tomorrow for more. Bye.